Don't you hate having to go into those difficult conversations with your nonprofit employee? Like, do you dread them? Do you worry that they're going to go sideways? Somebody's going to blow up. You're going to cry. They're going to freak out. They're going to get defensive. It's just going to go bad. And do you lay in night worrying about it? Do you put those conversations off because, God forbid, if you have it, it's going to go bad. So maybe it'll just solve itself and fix itself so that you don't have to have that conversation. Maybe you're a people pleaser. Maybe you avoid conflict. Whatever the thing is, it's actually not helping you or your team move forward. And it's getting in the way of your confidence level and the ability for your team to do what it needs to do. Hi, I'm leadership development coach Kathy Archer, and I am the coach nonprofit women leaders come to when leadership starts to feel really heavy and really lonely. Keep following along for more practical tips to build your confidence, help you maintain your composure, and feel way more competent as a leader. I'm going to give you a 3-step formula, really simple, to help you develop the confidence to have those difficult conversations so that you do feel more confident. You have them more regularly when they are smaller rather than bigger, and it resolves the issue so it's less of an issue for the employee as well. This is called the TIP formula, TIP. T stands for time. We need to slow down and pause more frequently as leaders. We are go, 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 go. And we run from meeting to meeting and email to sending that text. And we rarely have time to go to the bathroom, let alone get ready for a conversation or slow our stress level down and find some grounding before we go into that. So the first thing we need to do is create some time to pause. And it does not need to be big time. It can be simply 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but creating time either right before the meeting, but preferably a little bit before the meeting, maybe earlier in the day or the day before. You're creating time to move into the second step, which is the I. Identify what might throw you or them off during that meeting. We all know that we get triggered sometimes and we feel that and that irritation or that pulling back in or shutting down or urge to cry. That's a trigger. It's that irrational kind of response, that physical, strong response to something. And we're like, why did I freak out so much? But it's that thing that might happen in that meeting. I want you to identify what might throw you off. I want you to identify what might throw them off. Why might they get defensive? Why might they yell? Why might they cry? What's going to push them? Also take time when you're doing this identification piece to really figure out what the issue is. What are we really talking about here? We do what we tend to do with our partners sometimes is kind of dump everything in the whole kitchen sink. Well, if I'm going to talk about this, I may as well address this too. And, you also do this. Slow it down. This time to identify, or again, we're identifying what might throw us or them off, but also what's the real issue? What's the one thing I'm going to talk about in this conversation? What's the real problem with that? Why is it a problem? And what's the fix? If you can answer those 3 quick questions, that's going to help you feel much more confident about the content of the meeting and what you're talking about during that meeting. So take time to identify what's going on for you, what might trigger you, what might cause things to go sideways for them, and what the real issue is. And then the third part of this framework is P, which is plan. What are you going to do when you go into that meeting? What are you going to do with what might set you off or what might throw them off? And with all that knowledge that you have around what you're talking about. When you create a plan, specifically the first thing you're going to say, because sometimes we try and let's just do the sandwich. I'll say something nice and then I'll say this thing and then I'll say something nice. That's not always the best way to do it. I want you to plan how that conversation's going to go, not word for word, but what's the outcome you wanted of that in terms of how do you want them to feel at the end of it? How do you want to feel at the end of it? What do you need to do during that meeting to do that? And then what are you going to do when you get triggered? If you know that you might start to get angry or frustrated or irritated, or they might, what are you going to do in that moment? We need something that's going to bring the temperature down for them and for us. We need something to sort of pause when things are vibrating or going the wrong direction to course correct. For you, that is something that settles your nervous system down. It might be taking a deep breath or 3. And you can do that in the middle of a meeting. Just slow your breathing down. You might put your hand on your belly. You might kind of just pay attention to the breath and feel it going in and out. The exhale, when you slow it down, is where your body goes from stress to calm. So you'll want to try and drag those exhales out a little bit longer. So that might be one strategy you have. If I get anxious and start to fumble, I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. during the middle of the conversation. I had a client yesterday and she was talking about she needs something tactile to help her ground herself to feel slowed down. She needs something she can do. I sometimes will do this under the table where I'm rubbing my palms together. That helps to kind of slow things down for me. My client said that she must have her legs crossed. She reaches down and she plays with the hem of her pants. Again, just something. You could do this under the table too. To start to, you can do what's called EFT tapping. Again, under the table, nobody needs to see this, where you're just doing something to settle your nervous system down. Another strategy that you can do is to literally create a timeout in the meeting. So if you have a really strong relationship with this person and a trust built, you might be able to literally say, hey, things are getting tense. Let's just take a 5-minute break. I'm going to run to the washroom. We'll come back and regroup. If you are confident enough to say that and feel that you have that relationship that you can say that, go ahead and do that. But I'm going to be honest, most leaders don't have that relationship or don't have that level of confidence to do that. So create that same break by saying, hey, I just need to run to the washroom, and literally go to the washroom. You can go to the washroom in power pose. You can take your deep breaths there. You can wipe the tears out that are coming. You can scream if you're at home and you've got the computer on mute, but it gives you a break for both you and them to settle down. Or you might say, hey, there's a parcel at the door if you're working at home, right? And just run and take that break. So you can create that break. But when you take time to prepare and know what you're going to do in those moments, that's really going to shift how you engage in those conversations and the outcome of those conversations. So the overall plan, T, take time. It's that pause in the inner guidance cycle to identify what's going on for you, what's going on for them, what might get triggered, what's the real problem, and then create a plan so that you and them both feel much more confident, that you are more prepared going into it, and that you create that outcome you want. If you want more help developing confidence, grab my book, Mastering Confidence. Discover your leadership potential by awakening your inner guidance system. It's that inner part of you. Again, it's the thoughts that we have that we need to manage. When we learn to do that, big boost of confidence. When you slow things down and pause and take time to prepare, you're going to feel more confident. The outcome is going to be much better. And that's going to shift your relationship with that person.